back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to this channel, and if you're a returning viewer and you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the famous Ghanaian spinach stew that I learned to make from my mother-in-law. When I tasted this stew the first time she gave it to me, I had to learn to make it. So today I know there is somebody out there who would like to make a change in the way they make their spinach stew. You want a different taste, but you don't know how to make changes. Today I'm here to give you the answer to that. Bags, I will be using 2 bags depending on the size of your family and how long you want it to stay. The eggs, the onions, garlic, pepper, and the bone salted cobs. This is the one I buy. You can buy any bone salted fish from your store. Then we have the sardine, onion powder, garlic powder, the geisha. So for the geisha, I buy the one that has tomato sauce inside. There are 2 types of geisha. There is the one that has oil, but always opt for the one that has tomato sauce, right? If you're making this kind of stew. Then the curry powder, this is my preference. The anchovy, I don't know how you call this in Ghana language. I don't know how you call it, but in Uganda we call this silver fish. I don't know how you call it in other countries. Please comment down below how you call the anchovy in your country. Some people call it the herrings, right? So this is what I buy. It's the dried anchovy. I buy it from a Chinese store. It's already dried up. Then you need the tomato paste. This is 1.5 tablespoons for the tomato paste. The oil, the salt, and the diced tomatoes. Not fresh tomatoes, not plum tomatoes, not crushed tomatoes. It has to be diced tomatoes for the taste, for my recipe that I'm going to be doing today. So first, we are going to be steaming the spinach. We're going to be steaming it for about 4 to 5 minutes. So this is our spinach. We have added a little bit of water for it to steam. So we are steaming it for 4 to 5 minutes. Don't do more than 5 minutes. So as the spinach is steaming, we are going to start preparing for the stew. So for the anchovy, I already took off the heads. They don't have the heads, because if you leave it with the heads, it will be so hard. So we are going to cut it into smaller pieces. Okay, so this is how it looks like when you cut it into a bit smaller pieces, and how it works. This is how it looks like. All right, so the next step, we are going to be adding our oil. So now the oil has heated up, so we're going to add the onions to the oil. So with the onions, we are going to add the salted fish right away with the onions. The reason as to why we do that is that from the beginning the aroma will start forming, right? And then we are going to add the anchovy or red herrings at the same time. All this is for the aroma. So this is how it would look like. And as that is cooking, the next thing we shall be adding will be our garlic, pepper, and the onion blended, right? So we are going to use this time as this is cooking, blend our garlic and then the pepper and the onion. Okay, so the onions are ready for us to add the blended garlic, pepper, and the onion that we blended. So this is how it looks like. We are going to leave it for 4 minutes for everything to cook up, and then we shall add our diced tomatoes next. This is how it looks like. So we are going to be adding our diced tomatoes into the stew. I'm using just 1 can of diced tomato because I'm not making a lot of stew. But if you're making more, then you have to use more tomatoes. So this is it. We are going to leave the tomatoes to cook for 30 minutes so that they are well done, right? But I know some people, they don't want their tomatoes well done. So it depends on how long you want, on how well you want your tomatoes. So 30 minutes later, I will come back. Okay, so we are cooking the tomatoes for 30 minutes, but every 10 minutes, 5 minutes, please come and check on your stew and stir it so that it doesn't burn at the bottom. So mine is still doing good. Every 5 minutes, please come and check on it to make sure it's not burning, because this water has to dry out before we put the next step, the next ingredients that we have to put in. So I'm looking out for this water to dry, but as it dries out, you have to keep stirring it every 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, so the water has almost dried out. You can see that the water we added, when we added the tomatoes, it was a lot of water, but right now it's drying out. and you can see the texture of the tomatoes has also changed, the color, everything has changed. So it's almost ready for us to add the next ingredients that we have to add. So we are going to leave it at least for more 8 to 10 minutes so that the water really dries out, and all we can see after that will be the oil, and we can add in the next step. So 8-10 minutes maximum. So this is how much eggs we are going to be using. Again, the number of eggs doesn't matter, like it depends on how much stew you're making. So we are going to do our scrambled eggs. Okay, so now the stew is ready. It's time for us to add the spinach. And then mix it very well with the stew. On this spot, we're having our eggs. We are cooking our eggs that we are going to put on top of the stew. We already have our scrambled eggs that we are going to mix with the stew, but we still need the boiled eggs. We don't cook the stew for so long after we have added the spinach, because in the beginning we steamed our spinach, so it's already cooked, half cooked, right? So we only leave it for 4 minutes, right, for everything to for the spinach to dissolve all the ingredients that we have added, and then we shall add the eggs, and that will be it. So we leave it for 4 minutes for everything to be dissolved inside the spinach. 4 minutes. This is how the stew looks like. So we are going to add in our eggs, scrambled eggs that we made. This is the last thing that we shall be adding. Again, okay, so for my spinach stew, I like to add a little bit of the palm oil just to give it a good color. It makes the color look really nice, and also it tastes better. But if you don't like to add the palm oil, that will be it. You can skip this step. But I like mine with the palm oil, so I'll be adding some palm oil to it. See how it's changing color already because of the palm oil. So our stew is ready, so we shall leave it to sit for 2 minutes for everything to for the stew to absorb everything that I've added in last, the eggs and the palm oil, and then that will be it. This is our stew done. Delicious, so easy and so quick for us to make. So guys, this is how our spinach stew has turned out after we have added all the ingredients that I mentioned. I will put all the ingredients that I used in the description below in case you missed something. So we have added the eggs on top just because we like to have our stew with some egg, but if you don't want the eggs, you can skip out the egg. Okay, so this is the 3 different ways you can have your spinach stew: with the plantain, with the rice, and with the potatoes. I don't have the yams, but I would have shown you with the yams too. Again, with the eggs. Thank you so much for watching until this time. Please remember to subscribe, share my videos, comment and like.